Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play The Raven, Legacy of a Master Thief. When last we left off, Adil had been busted in his scheme to double-cross Inch and take the eyes of the Sphinx for himself. And Patricia was captured, and now Inch is going ahead with the theft of the jewel so that Inch can have the jewel for himself in exchange for him and Patricia not dying. However, Patricia knows that Inch is basically going to use Adil as a scapegoat. Adil doesn't know this, though.
I can't stop thinking about her, but I must. I have a job to do, and it won't help either of us if I'm not totally focused.
That's fair enough. I do remember when I first played this bit that there was music, but doesn't seem to be here right now. However, let's just immediately head back down the ladder. Obviously, there must be more things we can get.
No. Inch said everything I need is in the bag. I believe him. He wants the jewel. Until he gets it, he won't put any obstacles in my path.
But we could get the umbrella! The umbrella is so useful! In fact, it's actually removed the option of us looking at the exit. We cannot exit that way. We can keep looking at the secret door, though. Might as well try that again. Something might happen.
Everything will be fine. Nothing will go wrong. We'll walk out of the museum and get married.
Things are going to go wrong, Adil. But let's look at that bag and see what's in there. Hopefully something useful. Let's have a look.
Climbing equipment, including a rope, a cloth bag.
Fair enough.
Huh? A pack of gum. Why did Inch put a pack of gum in a cloth bag?
Useful gum.
That's all.
Are you sure that's all?
Climbing equipment and a pack of chewing gum. I'm beginning to feel under-equipped for this burglary. Looks like I'll have to improvise.
I'm sure you'll be fine. But first let's double-check that bag.
There's nothing else in the bag, and I don't need the bag itself.
Are you sure about that? Let's look at the climbing equipment.
This is the same climbing equipment that I wore for the burglary in London. Only the mask is missing. Does Inch want to make sure that the security cameras can see my handsome face?
Or maybe just to implicate you. Maybe that. Let's put it on. We are now equipped for a heist. And here's a rope.
A good rope, and more than long enough to abseil down into the treasure chamber.
How do you actually know that without looking? I mean, you might have looked really closely at the blueprints of the museum, but do you really know that for sure without looking?
I'll leave it there until I need it.
Fair enough. Let's actually look at the window. We do need to assess the situation down there, as it were.
I can see the treasure chamber. There are several people moving around down there. I think the eye is being delivered.
If memory serves, Zelna was there when that was happening.
This window can be opened. Must be an entrance for the window washers and maintenance crews when they have to work up here in the cupola.
Makes sense.
There's a mechanism that opens the window when you turn the crank. I see two contacts down there on the frame. There's a piece of metal stuck between them and fixed to the window. If I open the window, the piece of metal will move, breaking the circuit and setting off an alarm. Unless the guards have been notified beforehand, which is hardly an option in my case, I have to bypass the circuit.
We need to bypass an electrical circuit.
Somehow I have to get at the contacts of the alarm system and override the circuit. Only then can I open the window safely.
Fair enough. Here, by the way, is that crank we need. It's right here.
A crank? Something for opening windows that are too heavy to move with your hands. Your new home.
Over there on that bit of metal. We are going to have to open this, and we don't have a lot of stuff to open it with. We have a bag.
A small cloth bag that can be drawn together at the top.
Unlikely to help us open a window. Chewing gum.
A pack of chewing gum. My favorite brand.
Also unlikely to help us open a window. Might as well chew the gum, I guess.
Only one piece left.
There you go.
What's this? Unless this is the most expensive chewing gum commercial ever, Inch wanted me to find the diamond. I'm sure it's not a reward for all my hard work.
I doubt it somehow, Adil. Let's look at that diamond, shall we?
The diamond isn't bad. Not flawless, but very big. Would it be good for an engagement ring?
Possibly. Can we use the diamond? No, we can't use the diamond on that. We could use the chewing gum wrapper on that, maybe. Like, use the foil to bypass the circuit. Could work.
How's that supposed to work? The contacts are on the other side of the window. I can't reach them.
We could use the knife, maybe, to prise the window open a little? Maybe?
I can't cut any of the windows out of the frame, but this window has a rubber seal on the bottom and the side.
Aha! You can cut that.
The roof of the museum is now officially drafty.
Thank you, Swiss Army knife. You've been very useful.
Every time I don't have the knife with me, I need it. Does this mean that I won't need it, since I have it with me this time?
No, you definitely needed it. We could, try putting the chewing gum through. No, that's not going to work. We could use the chewing gum wrapper now.
Yes, the aluminum foil might bypass the circuit.
Excellent. Success!
Oh, that's darn tight. I can override the contacts with the strip, but I can't... Oh, damn! I lost the strip! It would never have worked anyway. The gap was too small.
So that wasn't the answer. So we're not going to be able to do it that way. We can examine the tap, though. Let's examine the tap. Might be useful.
Maybe the tap is meant to depressurize the water tank if it rains too much. Or it's just a practical way for the window washers to get some fresh water up here.
Maybe. We can open the tap and see if it actually works. That's a good plan. I hope it does. It works. Excellent. The only thing we haven't examined now, we have the window there. We can examine it now that we've cut the rubber away.
Without a seal, there's a 1 or 2 centimeter gap below the window. Just enough to slip a couple of fingers through. Without a seal...
Fair enough. That just repeats. There might have been something different. We could use the crank to open the window.
Somehow I have to get...
That just repeats that dialogue, though. The only thing we haven't examined is this tarp. There's probably something under it by the looks of it.
That tarp is covering something.
I just said that, Adil.
Bucket, rags, squeegee, tools of the trade for window washers. Probably didn't feel like carrying their equipment up to the roof every time, so they stashed it here.
That's practical. Anything we can take?
I don't need the squeegee. The bucket? Not really. This rag, on the other hand, I could wipe away fingerprints with it.
That works right up until you think about the fact that you're wearing gloves, Adil.
A small rag. Maybe for polishing windows?
Maybe for bypassing circuits? It could work.
What's that supposed to do? Rags don't conduct electricity.
Wet rags conduct electricity, though. We could actually wet the rag with the water. Now there's an idea. If you can imagine, we're getting pretty close to the end of the game now.
Oh, cold. Dripping wet. I'm not putting it in my pocket like that.
It's very close to the end of the game. Just because the events here with Adil are almost matching now in terms of time with the events with Zelna. We could use the wet rag with only the window, which, to be fair, now it's wet, conducts electricity. That should probably do the trick. I hope.
Okay, I'm in. And now back and forth and away we go. Got it. The wet rag is lying on the contacts.
Excellent. And now we should be able to crank open the window. And the alarm goes off and Adil gets captured. Or not. Victory!
Excellent. No alarm.
And now we should probably actually grab the rope and abseil down into the treasure chamber for one of the final scenes in the game. Very close to the end now. Very close indeed. Thank you, rope. Now don't fall.
Okay, I don't see anyone.
If this was King's Quest V, he'd have fallen and died by now. He'd have fallen and died. Ah, the music's back. Welcome back, music. Empty?
Such an attempt would fail here. The display case is bolted to the floor and weighs several hundred kilograms.
Hello, Zelna!
What's that? A camera?
The latest model. It's called video surveillance.
I've heard about that. The images are recorded and can be viewed again later.
That's right. Images from all 3 cameras are recorded in the guard room.
Wow.
As I've said, we've spared no effort and no expense.
I think I've seen enough here, but I'm interested in something else.
Do you think Zelna spotted Adil there? He did look up. He might have spotted him. Might have spotted him. So here we are. We could climb down to the treasure chamber.
If I go down there now, my face will be on the cover of every newspaper in the country.
Not a good plan. There are, however, the cameras. This one here,
The
specifically.
camera covers the whole room, and I don't have a mask.
You don't.
I have to deactivate it. But how?
Obviously, chewing gum is the answer here. Obviously not.
The camera covers the whole room, and I don't have a mask.
There is one thing that we could cover it with. A diamond! At this point in any point-and-click adventure game, your inventory is either so limited that there are very few options, or if it's a mean point-and-click adventure game, it is so full that you have countless options. In this case, it's very empty, so we're going to cover the lens with the bag.
Just have to hope that Inch knocked out the guard in the guard room. If not, he'll be on his way to check the camera soon. Here goes nothing.
So we've had an explanation as to why the guard was knocked out, and now we have an explanation as to when Zelna looks at the camera, it suddenly just goes out.
The camera is no longer a threat.
Oh, let's climb down to the treasure chamber.
Now or never.
Could be never, but you pick now. There we go. Now, we have the display case with the Eye of the Sphinx here.
As a visitor, I'd only have eyes for the jewel. As a burglar, though, I'm more interested in the bulletproof glass. About half an inch thick. There's no glass cutter that could do the job.
You know that if anybody walks in at this point, you'll be spotted, right? If anyone walks in at all, Adil.
Someone could come back any moment, and then I'll have another problem. I need to hurry.
Well, we can't look at that anymore. Anything else? We can examine the cordon. We might do so later. Examine this case
All
again.
right, then. Bulletproof glass. How can I get past it? All right.
We could get past it with this diamond. We could cut a hole through it with a diamond.
Of course. Diamonds cut glass. And even bulletproof glass is softer than a diamond.
Yep.
But the diamond is tiny. I can barely hold it. And I need to do more than just scratch the glass.
We could combine the diamond with the chewing gum and stick it on. I mean, by doing that, we could get a better grip on it. We could put the chewing gum... Yeah, stick the chewing gum on the glass. Good plan. And get fined for it. No, we undid the cordon. Triumphant music for cordon undoing. There we go.
Even if I can't break into it, at least I managed to deface it.
Well, we could put the diamond in there. Aha, a plan!
I'll press the diamond into the chewing gum with the tip towards the window.
It's a plan. We can't use the knife on it.
The chewing gum holds the tip of the diamond right on the bulletproof glass. That's promising.
It is. However, we don't have anything to actually hit it with. We do have a cordon, though. We can examine that.
This cordon doesn't apply to burglars.
It doesn't? Ah! Use the metal... Ooh, we could... Yep, I think there's only one option now. We hit the diamond with this. I think we're going to do it. It's reckless, it's probably not going to work, but here we go. I specifically selected that one, Adil.
Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine.
No, it won't. No, it won't.
No, no!
Bye-bye, rope.
He wants to lock me in.
Yep.
But why? He doesn't have the jewel yet. What is he...
You know what that means.
Oh, no.
Yep. Remember London, Adil?
Oh, my head hurts.
Where was Adil all that time? Adil was in the sarcophagus. One of the few things to actually survive that explosion. And the only thing we can do is open the cover and probably petrify Oliver. Yeah, let's do it. That was very quiet opening. Sorry, Oliver. This is not going to be good for you.
The sarcophagus protected me from flying debris. The ancient Egyptians knew their stuff.
They did. You can't look at any of the debris. There's that trash can. There is Oliver.
Constable Oliver. He's totally focused on the hole in the floor.
He's not focused on us.
As long as I'm quiet, he won't notice me.
You're not being very quiet right now.
As long as I'm quiet, he won't notice me.
There is a stone over here that we can use. I'm sorry, Oliver. We're going to have to knock you out.
He's up there, Robert. I know it.
Maybe. Go to the guard room and open the gates.
Tell the director.
Zellner, don't do it. It's too dangerous.
I've got everything under control.
Sorry, Constable.
Yeah, we had to do that, unfortunately. He is indeed unconscious.
He's unconscious. He'll wake up with a headache in a few minutes. There is no other way.
Well, at least he's not dead. No gun on him at all? Nope, would seem not. There is, however, the hole. And I think next video, we'll go down the hole. Because we know what happens when we go down that hole. We're going to go and follow in Zellner's footsteps. And while we know the events leading up to the gunshot, we don't actually know who the gun was aimed at, who was shot, and what happens afterwards. So, tune in next time for the gripping conclusion of What If the Hole is the Raven? Dun dun dun! Okay, the hole probably isn't the Raven at this point. I don't think it is anyway. I wonder if you wait here a few minutes if Oliver wakes up and just arrests you. Probably not. So, when we come back, folks, the conclusion of The Raven, Legacy of a Master Thief. And I'll catch you next time. See you then. Later. But think about it. The hole is here, and the jewel isn't. Pretty conclusive evidence that the hole is some way in league with the Raven. Or maybe the trash can is the Raven. Okay, probably not. Later.